guys, Matt Krieger from Monkey Business Franchising. We had a phenomenal call this morning with Kennedy from Dallas, who's interested in opening up a monkey business down there. And we've probably had, in the last 12 months, I would guess 200 leads calls. And it was one of the better calls we've had. You know, Kennedy was enthusiastic, has the right background for the franchise. But one of the things that really made it a great call was the questions she asked us. And it wasn't the regular questions about, hey, how much money can I make out of this? Hey, how much, what's the marketing support look like? And those are standard questions, and those are good questions. You should answer, or should ask those. I'm not saying anything, disparaging about those questions. But she asked questions on a deeper level. And one of the questions she asked was, tell me about an owner who's successful in your franchise system and what makes them successful. And luckily, we have a couple really successful owners that operate monkey businesses, and so we had some background to draw off of. But it was one of maybe 2 or 3 times I've been asked that question in all the franchise leads calls that we've done. And really, it kind of forced me, to sit back and say, hey, well, here's what our franchisee down in Colorado Springs is doing, and here's what makes them really successful about that. Or here's what our franchisee up north is doing, and here's what makes them really successful. It also kind of, one of the reasons that they're successful is I think they believe in the monkey business mission. They believe in what we're trying to do. They believe in what we stand for. And all those things are really important. And so what it gave Kennedy the ability to do is say, okay, this is what makes these people successful. Does that fit my personality trait? And on the flip side, here's the values that I need to be successful in this business, because here's how we're growing the business. Our values are our strategic path forward. And do those values align with what I want to do out of a business? And if they do, that's great, right? If they do, that's a huge step in the right direction. Because, the next question the question that goes down the road of how much money can I make? Well, one of the answers is, how committed are you to the business? How much are you going to love working in this business on a day-to-day basis? If you don't love working in the business and you have a bad day or two, it's gonna take you maybe a couple days to recover from that. And I'll tell you, as a business owner, you can't sit and sulk for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. You gotta, you're gonna get knocked down. You got to get back up again. And so I really commend Kennedy for some great questions. I think that was a great question. Whether you're talking with a business broker, whether it's a franchisor, whether it's an employer, quite frankly, taking some time to ask them and see who's been successful with them before, and see if that fits your profile of who you are. That's one of the biggest traits to success, not just in business but in life. See if you have the qualities and the skills that are necessary to be successful in that endeavor. And it's going to be different, right? It's going to be different for monkey business as it would for any other concept or for a different business, and that's fine, right? There's different business models out there for a lot of different reasons, and a lot of them are successful. There's no right or wrong reason for a different business model. Nobody's right or wrong necessarily, or I guess there are some people that are right and wrong, but you get my point. So make sure you're asking great questions when you're talking with franchisors. Make sure you're challenging people like me to get you real answers about what it's going to take to be successful. And then don't let me off the hook by just asking, hey, what's my return on investment going to be, or what's the marketing support going to be? Those, quite frankly, are easy questions for me to answer. Questions about what do our successful owners look like, and what am I going to need to do to be successful in this system? That's a lot deeper question. That's the question you should be asking people. So if you have any questions, feel free to give me an email. It's at the bottom of the screen. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you.